Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a young woman named Emily. She was a single mother struggling to make ends meet, working long hours at a low-paying job to support her precious 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Emily had faced many hardships in her life, including losing her husband in a tragic accident shortly after Lily was born. With no family to turn to for help, Emily was left to navigate the challenges of raising Lily all on her own. Despite her relentless efforts to provide a stable life for her daughter, circumstances seemed to conspire against her. One cold winter's night, as the city streets glittered with snow, Emily faced a crisis that she never imagined. Her already precarious living situation became unbearable when her landlord abruptly raised the rent, putting her on the brink of eviction. Struggling with her emotions, she didn't know how to explain this dire situation to her innocent daughter. The day of eviction came closer, and Emily found herself without any safe place to call home. Fearful of the unknown, she tried to shield Lily from the harsh reality they were about to face. Emily sought assistance from local shelters and charities, but resources were scarce, and the waiting lists were long. The bitter cold gnawed at her bones, and she was running out of options. With a heavy heart, Emily decided that the only place she could find refuge for her daughter was in a park where they could temporarily seek shelter. That night, with tears streaming down her cheeks, she tucked Lily into her coat, trying to keep her warm and safe while she herself shivered from the biting cold. As the sun began to rise the next day, Emily found herself exhausted, vulnerable, and afraid. Yet, amidst her own turmoil, her love for Lily remained steadfast. Emily mustered the strength to get back on her feet and find a way to secure a better future for her daughter. She knew she had to be strong for Lily's sake. With a renewed determination, Emily reached out to social services and community organizations. She shared her story, hoping that someone would lend a helping hand. And finally, after days of struggle and heartache, they received the support they desperately needed. A local charity offered them a temporary place to stay, and with the guidance of a social worker, Emily began to rebuild her life. The road ahead was still long and challenging, but Emily was no longer alone. Through the kindness of strangers and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her daughter, they found the strength to endure and rise above their hardships. Emily's resilience and love for Lily were an inspiration to those around her, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, compassion and empathy can make a world of difference.